since we started. We got Black Latinos and Native Americans. When the Lord says that our kingdom is to come, as long as we follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
I got the camera bag, I'm the cameraman. If shit getting active, I'ma stand it down. We taking ground, call the ambulance. That shit go right, left, left. If shit go left, you best get right, or you'll get left. You got that right. That shit go. Got a problem, we'll handle it. Niggas acting hard, you better stand on it. We on every corner, we stamping it. You better get your life for this camp shit. We ain't playing around, there's no cowards, dog. If niggas charged up, you get powered off. Rude of speech, keep it raw. It ain't my fault that you niggas soft. It ain't my fault that these niggas frauds. It ain't my fault that them niggas rats. If your colors fly, you don't get that shit go. Left, right, left, left. If shit go left, you best get right, or you'll get left. You got that right. That shit go left, right, left. If shit go left, you best get right, or you'll get left. You got that right. That shit go.
When I go to war, gotta hop into the van. Tryna cut the semen, something you don't understand. Getting checked from my betterment, better take it like a man. Nigga, how you walk away for camp? If you willing to die, you better be willing to stand. Take a trip around the world, see a bunch of corners held by them UPK niggas. All them UPK niggas go to camp. And I'm on Shamar head hanging out the car window when I pull up straight to the battlefield. And I'ma make sure niggas make it back home. Say, nigga, what you thought? When anything moving, I be on. Gotta remind them we nothing like them niggas that you saw. If you hear back up, that'll be your last time to get out the way. The price to pay before.
That shit go.
Nah, for real though.
If shit go left, you best get right, or you'll get left. You got that right. That shit go left.
Nah, for real though.
If shit go left, you best get right, or you'll get left. You got that.
Y'all are shimmy out shop right there. Move that song. Move that song. Move that song. The Father we fear. The Father we fear. Yahweh. Eastward. Eastward. Eastward.
Oh, and I brought two more.
Shalom. Shalom. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbarakatham to all the Akim out there. That's to all our officers, the generals, the captains, officers, and all the young men, troopers. And then Yahweh Shema, all done by Hashem Yahweh Shah. That is our greeting to all of our sisters. This is the Baltimore Sabbath Service. This is May 2nd, I believe. May 2nd, 2026. All right, we're going to actually jump right into it. We were having some technical difficulties. We're going to jump right into it. But this is just for the men up here. I run. Officer Arwaja, present thyself in thy registry. Come.
Officer Arwaja. Arwaja, bun God, sha'ala.
Officer Arwaja, bun sha'ala.
Yahweh Shem Yah Shabbat.
Yahweh Shem Yah Shabbat. Yeshabi. All right. We're going to get started today. We're going to be reading Numbers chapter 27. We're going to be reading verses 13 through 19. Just a quick review from last week. We were talking about the kinship redeemer last week. The daughters of Zelophehad came and said that, if the inheritance, if a father did not have his son, where did the inheritance go? And we learned that the inheritance would go from the father to the daughters in that tribe. If there was no son for the inheritance, or if he had no children, then it would go to his brothers, and so on and so forth. All right, and that's what we ended off last week. We're now going to be starting Numbers chapter 27, verse 13 through 19 in the Hebrew.
Numbers chapter 27, verse 13. Wa ra'ayath atha af slaki. Oh, atha. When a sapath ow amayak salaki. I'm yaka gum atha kashar na asak slaki. That's yeah, the pa. So nasap na asap aharon. That was akayak ak yaka. Okay, come. Verse 14. Ka'ashar. Maraya slaki. Maraya thumb. Paya slaki. That is. My mind went blank. This right here is a yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not after marathon. Not above.
Your thumb and then the paya.
Paya.
Paya. Numbers chapter 27, verse 4.
Bama the bar. Tazayan. I mean Tazan. Bama Raya Bath. Hayada Ha'id Ha'ida Laha quad ya Shanya Bamayam La'ai Yana Yam Yana Ya'ai La'ai Yana Yahum.
Keep going.
Hum Maya Maraya Bath Quadash Madabar Tazan. Verse 15. Wayadabar Masha Al Yahweh La'amar. Verse 16. Yapaquad Yahweh Alahaya Herawakaf Lakol Bashar Ayash Al Hayada. Hayada. Verse 17. Ashar Yataza'a Lapanyahum Wa Ashar Yaba'a Lapanyahum Wa Ashar Yawa Ya Wataza
Excellent.
wa ashar, yaba ya'ain,
Come.
wala Yaha Salakia, Yaha,
Higher.
Haya,
Come.
Idaf,
Excellent.
Yahweh, Kataza'an,
Mhm.
Ashar, Ayan, Laham, Ra'aiha. Verse 18. Waya Amar, Yahweh, Al, Mashah, Quak,
Mhm.
Laka,
Excellent.
Af, Yaha, Washai.
So,
I mean,
go ahead.
Yahweh Shai.
Excellent.
Bun, Nawan, Aisha, Aishar, Rawak.
So go back. Go back to I see Ayash, Ashar, Raka.
I don't see your you said Ayash.
After you said bun, it's no one, and then it's Ayash. It's talking about a man. You see Ayash.
Oh, Ayash.
Khan.
Aishar, Rawaka.
Raka. One that car connected. Raka.
Come. Bun. I mean, Bawa. What's a makaf?
Excellent.
Af. Radak.
Yad. Yad.
I mean, Yadka.
Khan.
Salakia.
I
I layawa. Verse 19. Waha I madaf. Waha wa hai madaf. Waha I madaf. Atawa. Afwa. Lapanya. Ala Izar.
I'll take it while you're dealing with that.
Huh?
You want to take it while you're doing it?
Okay.
I'll take it. Lapunt, verse 19. Waha Aimada, Athwa, Lapunya, Ala Izar, Hakahan, Lapunya, call, Ha'ida, Watazawayata, Athwa, La Ayanyaham. And that's it. All right, we're now going to be reading in the English. We're going to be reading Numbers chapter 27, 13 through 19. We're going to be reading that in the English. Whatever, otherwise read.
The book of Numbers, chapter 27, verse 13, in the English. And when thou hast seen it, thou also shalt be gathered unto thy people, as Aaron thy brother was gathered. For ye rebelled against my commandment in the desert of Zin, in the strife of the congregation, to sanctify me at the water before their eyes. That is the water of Meribah and Salakia in Kadesh, in the wilderness of Zin. And Moses spake unto the Lord. Verse 15. And Moses spake unto the Lord, saying.
So if you see here, the Most High is telling Moses that he could not go into the promised land. Okay. Moses would not be going with the children of Israel. Now he's going to give the answer, but I like to ask questions, during class. Who was succeeding Moses to take the children in the promised land? What was his name? I like to call on people too. Who succeeded him? People up here can answer too. Who succeeded Moses in taking the children of Israel to the promised land? The answer is about to come up. What was his name? Go ahead.
No.
Okay, his name is, we're about to read his name, but I want to see people remember. Anybody up here now? I know some people up here.
Can you repeat the question?
Who succeeded Moses? Who came after Moses to take the children of Israel to the promised land?
So I don't remember his name.
Okay. All right, let's read it. Go ahead, our Roger, whenever you're ready. Let's go to verse 16.
Oh, Salakia.
But
It started with a J.
come
Um,
come.
was it Joshua?
Come, it was Joshua. Give me my hand. Now, let me ask the question. What is Joshua's name in the Hebrew? Come. Yahushua. Now I'm going to ask you why that's significant in a second. All right, let's keep it going.
Come. This verse 16. Let the Lord, the God of the spirits of all flesh, set a man over the congregation. Verse 17. Which may go out before them, and which may go in before them, and which may lead them out, and which may bring them in, that the congregation of the Lord be not as sheep which have no shepherd. Verse 18. And the Lord said unto Moses, take thee Joshua, the son of Nun, a man in whom is the Spirit, and lay thy hand upon him. Verse 19. And set him before Eleazar, the priest, and before all the congregation, and give him a charge in their sight.
I did have a question.
Go.
Salakia, this is not like knowing that we knew Moses didn't enter into the land, never made it into the land. I guess because of something that he did.
Come.
Is this him? Would we say that the spirit of the Most High left from him right now, and like he's raising, and the Most High is raising somebody? You know how some brothers leave the truth.
Come.
But before they leave, somehow, some way, it'd be a brother that come in that's feel that position right before he leave.
Come. I wouldn't go so far to say the spirit of the Most High left him. I wouldn't go that far to say that. I would say this is a lesson learned that you need to follow the order, because you can be cut off for just not following the order. You can be cut off. You can lose your life. Just not following the order. Remember when we read about Balaam or Balak? I always get them two mixed up. Y'all can correct me. I always get them two mixed up. Remember, he didn't follow the order, and the Lord was about to go kill him for just not following one order. So Moses, you got to think about it, did all of this, and he didn't follow one order. He couldn't go into that promise. But I wouldn't go far to say that the spirit of the Lord left him, because if you remember, when Yahushua showed how the kingdom was going to look, remember, Moses and Elijah were standing right next to him. So it shows that Moses will be there. But this is a lesson learned that, don't disobey the Lord. The Lord tell you to do something, you do it. But Moses, remember, in his anger, he disobeyed the Lord because the children of Israel were irritating. He got irritated. And that's why he hit the Lord. Remember, the Lord told him to speak to the rock. And he didn't. He hit it. So this is just a lesson learned. And him and Aaron, that caused both of them not to get into the promised land. So that's how I would look at it.
That's basically like enduring to the end.
No
matter what.
God.
And it's basically an example. Like Moses did great stuff. He slipped up.
God. That's a lesson learned. Sometimes the Lord will make an example out of somebody to teach you a lesson. Sometimes the Lord will do that. All right, let's keep it going. Was that today? Answer your question, Officer Corrupt. All right, let's keep it going. We are now in Numbers chapter 27. We're reading, I believe, is it 20 through 26? Or no? I can't see.
27, 20 through 23. And then Numbers chapter 28, verse 1 through 3.
All right, let's get it in the Hebrew. Excellent reading, Officer Arthur, by the way.
Numbers chapter 27, verse 20. When a tata mahawadak Ala Yawa. Lama'ai. Lama'ain. Yashama Iwa.
Shemaiah.
Yashamaiwa.
Huh.
Ko. Idath.
Mhm.
Bunya. Yashara Allah. Verse 21. Walapanya. Ala Izar. Hakahan. Ya'amad. Wa Sha'al. Lawa. Right? That's Levi.
What's that? What?
Lawyer.
No,
Lawyer.
that's what.
Lawa. Bama.
It does look
Bama.
like Levi.
Bamasha Pot. Her Awarium. Lapanya. Yahweh. Al. Panyawa. Yataza Awa. Wa'al. Panya. Panyawa.
Play your what? You can't.
Yaba Awa. Hawa'a. Wakol. Banya. Yashara'al.
Allah.
Yashara Allah. So I get
Looks like.
Athawa. Aqua.
Huh.
Wakol. Ha'ida. Verse 22. Wayaish. Masha. Ka'awat. Ka'ashar. Tazawaha.
What?
Tazawa.
Huh.
Yahweh. Athawa.
Aqua.
Aqua.
Mhm.
Where you quack. Ak. Yahweh Shai.
Excellent.
Where you Ahmad Hawa.
So yeah, I'm a Dawa. Because it's Ahmad that stands. I'm a Dawa. A feminine word.
Ya I Madawa.
Mm-hmm. A feminine word.
Come. Lapanya. Ala Izar. Akahan. Walapanya. Ko. Ha'ida. Verse 23. Where you Mak.
Excellent.
Af. Yadayawa.
Look at it again.
Yad.
Good.
Wa. Yawa. Yad Yawa.
Excellent. Let's talk about his hand. Good job. Excellent.
Ala Yawa. Waya Taza. Waya Taza. Waha wa.
I'm looking at that. So we'll put some more shake on that one. Keep it going. I can look at that one again.
Ka'ashar. The bar. Yahweh. Bayad.
Excellent.
Masha.
Excellent.
Numbers chapter 28, verse 1. Waya the bar. Yahweh. Al. Masha. La'amar. Verse 2. Tazawa. Af. Banya. Yashara'al. Lashara'ala. Wa'amarath.
Mm-hmm.
Alaham. Af. Parabanya. Lakamanya. Lakamya.
Excellent.
La'ashaya.
Because it's fire. So you know the word fire is ash. Ashia.
La'ashya.
Mm-hmm.
Rayak. Nayakakya. The Shamarwa. Lahaqua Yab Laya Bama Wa'ai the Wa Bama Wa'aid Wa.
Good. Excellent.
Verse 3. What Amarath Laham Zaha Za
Yes.
Ashar the Quara Yabwa
Look at it again.
Tak Rayabwa
Or yeah.
the Quara Yabwa La Yahweh Kabashiam Bunya Shana Damaya Mum Shanayam like
Look at that again.
Shanyam
Yeah, excellent. So let's stay in two.
Layawam Allah
Wow.
Allah
Mhm.
Salaki Damayad, and that's it.
Excellent. Excellent.
And in the English, the book of Numbers, chapter 27, verse 20. And thou shalt put some of thine honor upon him, that all the congregation of the children of Israel may be obedient. Verse 21. And he shall stand before Eleazar the priest, who shall ask counsel for him after the judgment of Urim before the Lord. At his word shall they go out, and at his word they shall come in, both he and all the children of Israel with him, even all the congregation.
Now, the reason that the Most High is saying to do this is that so nobody is confused of who is next in line as far as leadership. And the reason is because remember when Abiram, Korah, and Dathan rebelled against, the priesthood. Remember, because they wanted the priesthood, they were already Levites. So the Lord had to make a distinction of who the priesthood was with Aaron and his sons. So he's going to set Joshua in front of the congregation, and Moses is going to personally pass on the leadership to Joshua or Yahushua. Okay, so there's no confusion of who the next leader is. Because if not, then they'd be like, well, who do you think you are? Okay? Never, you're right.
Okay. Verse 22. And Moses did as the Lord commanded him. And he took Joshua and set him before Eleazar the priest and before all the congregation. Verse 23. And he laid his hands upon him and gave him a charge as the Lord commanded by the hand of Moses.
Let me ask a question. I'm always asking the question. Does anybody see the significance of Joshua taking the children of Israel into the promised land? Anybody see the significance? Think of the word foreshadowing in, like in reading. Remember we learned in school the teacher would teach us foreshadowing, or what is this a preview of? Anybody can take a shot at it. What is this a preview of? What is the significance of Joshua taking the children of Israel? Anybody can take a shot at that. We see the significance of that. I'm sorry, Corral, what do you think?
I want to say it's like a preview of like Yahushua leading us into our land from out of America.
There we go. He got it right there. And you notice Joshua's name in Hebrew is what, everybody? Yahushua. So you see there's a lot of foreshadowing in the Bible. Yahushua, Joshua, is leading us into the promised land. Yahushua, our king, is going to lead us, into our promised land as well. Okay? So it's a type of foreshadowing. You can see a lot of foreshadowing in the scripture. Okay? All right. Excellent. Whenever you're ready.
Go. 22.
You're
21.
Like I said, yeah. We're on Numbers 28, and we're going to read verses 1 through 3, I believe.
No, we in Numbers 27, sir.
What do you say? We're still on 26 slot.
22.
Yeah,
Oh, 22. Oh,
Yeah,
still locked in on that.
yeah, verse 21.
21.
20. Oh, slack in that. Go ahead.
Verse 21. And he shall stand before Eleazar the priest, who shall ask counsel for him after the judgment of Urim before the Lord. At his word shall they go out, and at his word they shall come in, both he and all the children of Israel with him, even all the congregation. Verse 22. And Moses did as the Lord commanded him, and he took Joshua and set him before Eleazar the priest and before all the congregation. Verse 23. And he laid his hands upon him and gave him a charge as the Lord commanded by the hand of Moses. It's the book of Numbers, chapter 28, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, commanded the children of Israel, and say unto them, my offering and my bread for my sacrifices made by fire for a sweet savor unto thee, unto me shall ye observe to offer unto me in their date, in their due season. Verse 3. And thou shalt say unto them, this is the offering made by fire, which ye shall offer unto the Lord. 2 lambs of the first year, without spot, day by day, for a continual burnt offering.
So really quickly, let me give you some, and also Corral, you can always jump in. Let me give you some historical background, because we want to picture this. Sometimes we just, we read the scriptures, and since we don't have like the temple or anything, it's kind of sometimes it's hard to imagine. So let me give you historical background. Every day, okay, the children of Israel, especially when there was a temple and there was a tabernacle, there was a sacrifice. There was 2 sacrifices every day. Okay, and where they would congregate, to offer the sacrifice. There was a sacrifice in the morning, and there was a sacrifice in the evening. Okay, you had the morning and evening sacrifice. Okay, and so the Most High is letting Moses know this is where you are exposed. These are the seasons or the times where you're supposed to come before me. It's just like you got to think of a parent inviting their children to whatever, for a cookout, for a party. This is when I want y'all here. Okay. Or this is where you're being summoned. I don't like to really compare it to the worldly judge, but the court summons you. I need you here at this time. People are familiar; they gotta be there. Okay, so the children of Israel were summoned at certain times, and when you went before a king, and anciently even the heathen did this, you brought something. Okay, I remember Jeremiah Hyman broke this down excellently. I think of the Passover too, where he said, when you go into these dinner parties, people bring stuff. Well, a lot of times at a cooking, what can I bring? Well, you coming before the Most High, so Most High said, I need you here at this time. Bring something. When you went before a king, you brought something. It was like you paid tribute to that king. When people used to go see leaders around the world, they bring something. Okay, well, I'll bring this to the king so and so. So the Most High, definitely you should be paying homage to the Most High when you come before him. So these are the times where Israel came before the Most High. And throughout the year, these are called the seasons or the time. In Hebrew, it's mawa'ai. These are the appointed time. All right, and that's it. All right, now we're going to be reading. We're in the book of Numbers, chapter 28. We'll be reading. Was it 4 through
10?
4 through 10 in the Hebrew.
Numbers chapter 28, verse 4. Athah, Hakabash, Akkad, the Aisha, Babaquara,
Excellent.
Wa'ath, Hakabash, Hashanya, the Aisha, Bayan, Ha'irab, Rob Yum,
Excellent.
Rob Yum,
Yeah,
Ha'arabium.
that means the evening.
Come. Verse 5. Wa'aish yarayaf. Ha'aya yap. Ha'ayapa.
Excellent.
Salaf. Lamana ka. Lamana nak. Lamana ka.
Excellent.
Bala wall. I mean la. Bala wala. Bala wala.
There we go.
Bashaman. Kata ya. Rabba ya aif. Hahayan. Verse 6. Allah. Tamyad. Ha'aisha. Bahar. Sayanaya. I mean Sayanya.
Excellent.
Larayaf. I mean Salakia. Larayak. Nayakak. What was it?
No, you keep going.
Aisha. La Yahweh. Verse 7. When a sock wa. Rabba Ya'if. Hahayan. Lakabash. Ha'akad. Bakwadash. Hasak. Nasak. Shakar. La Yahweh. Verse 8. Wa'af. Hakabash. Hashanya. Ta'aisha. Banya.
Look at that one again.
Bayan. Ha'ai. Oh yeah, that's yum. Rabium. Ha'ai rabium.
The same two evenings before. Good job.
Come. Kamanakaf. Habakwara.
Look at it again.
Quara. Habakra. I mean
The word morning.
Bakar. Bakwar. What kind of sock wa? The Aisha. Rayak. Nayakak. La Yahweh. Verse 9. Waba Yawam. The Shabbat. See? Shanayan. I mean Shanya. Yum. Bashium. Kabashium.
Talking about two lambs.
Banya. Shana. Damayam. Damayamam. Washanya. Yum. Ranium. Aisharanium. Salah. Manaka. Bala wala. Bashamyam. Bashaman. When a sakwa. Verse 10. Allah. Shabbat. Bashabat wa. Al. Ilah. Hatam yad. when a suck, when a sucker, when a
So yeah.
when a sucker, and that's it.
All right, we're gonna read it in English.
And in the English, the book of Numbers, chapter 28, verse 4. The one lamb shall thou offer in the morning, and the other lamb shall thou offer at even.
All right, now I'm going to give some background to this too, really quickly. So when the lambs were offered in the morning, and I'll pull a couple precepts. When the lamb was offered in the morning, you got to remember what was going on. There's a lot going on here because you got to remember these appointed times. You got to remember, you got to think. This one thing that stuck with me when I came to last week. You always, when you read the Bible, you got to think black. Okay, so when they're offering the lamb, it's like a party. Okay, it's not like in the movies, where you got they're just sitting there, that's not how they did it.
Right.
Okay, when they offered the lamb, it was like a party. When the first, and this is something that David set up. When the lamb was offered, this wasn't really set up at the time of the tabernacle, but by the time David when the lamb was offered in the morning, the music would go off. The priests and the Levites would actually be playing music. It's like a little party. Okay, so you got to get that in your mindset. So when that lamb was off in the morning, music be jumping. They got jumping off. Okay, because it's like a party. Then they would offer the second lamb in the evening. It's really in the evening, it says in between the two evenings. Okay, so from sometime in the later afternoon in the afternoon. So they offered that lamb twice. It was kind of like a little party when they were offering that sacrifice. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay. It's verse 5. And a 10th part of an ephah of flour for a meat offering, mingled with the 4th part of an hin of beaten oil. Verse 6. It is a continual burnt offering, which was ordained in Mount Sinai for a sweet savor, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord.
Now, when you say that, it made me think, right? Because when the brother just read a sacrifice made by fire unto the altar, when you other places other than here, and you say a sacrifice made by fire, and you hear that, you automatically think barbaric. You know what I'm saying? You think barbaric. You think dancing around with a fire and a lamb, you know what I'm saying, is being incinerated. You know what I mean? Like we don't never get focused on that. He just read that he gets beaten with oil, you know what I'm saying? And for a savory, for a savory flavor or whatever, right? And because we under the oppressor, when we see his sacrifices, they're always barbaric. So when we read this, that image of them brainwashing us through media and TV is in our mind when we read this. So it's just such a blessing to get that washing right now away from your mind. And you really see how, Israel operated, how totally different we are from Egypt.
And this was a bit to add that, if I may, Officer Parag. You got to think, like I said, this is like a cookout party. We're coming together. You got to think when they made the sacrifices, they also had a time where they prayed together. We are at the school and we do our prayers. Yeah. This was all going on. Okay, so you got to get a visual in your mind. You got to think black. What do we do when we come together to school? When we have like a feast day or a time when we're meeting for our Creator, we pray together. We rejoice things. We play music. You think after with the service, the music's coming on. Okay, so you got to think like that. Think black. Whenever you're ready.
Go ahead. Add on another thing, how you were saying it was, how people be thinking barbaric. They be talking about, sacrificing our children to the Molech. You know what I'm saying? But for the slick ones that think that they know what they're talking about. I just wanted to add that in there.
Absolutely.
Talaki, one more thing. This is a side note. Talaki, Officer Gabar, do you know that the name of Epstein's bank account is Baal? Yeah, that's crazy. Just because you said that. And so when we be thinking about when we go out and you see these oppressors and they be thinking that I don't touch children. You know what I mean? No, you do other stuff.
Come.
And if you was to get away with touching, you know what I mean, doing some molestation, you would do it. You just don't have the money right now like your brothers to do it. But if you did, you would be like them. This is just odd when you said Moloch and we reading about all this sacrifice stuff. I just said no. It's a lot. Yeah, I was you.
Verse 7. And the drink offering thereof shall be the fourth part of an hin for the one lamb. In the holy place shalt thou cause the strong wine to be poured unto the Lord for a drink offering. Verse 8. And the other lamb shalt thou offer at even, as the meat offering of the morning, and as the drink offering thereof, thou shalt offer it, a sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord. Verse 9. And on the Sabbath day, 2 lambs of the first year without spot, and 2/10 deals of flour for a meat offering mingled with oil, and the drink offering thereof. Verse 10. This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath, beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering.
Real quick, I just want to give another historical context. In Yahweh's time, shalom. In Yahweh's day, this is where Yahweh knew the priesthood was corrupt. Because you got to think, in Yahweh's day, the priesthood would give 2 sacrifices to the Lord, one in the morning, one in the evening. But does anybody else know what the priesthood would do? This is why the priesthood was corrupt in Yahweh's do. Does anybody know what the sacrifice they would do? Anybody know? They would also give sacrifice to the emperor of Rome. This is in Yahweh's time. That's why they were corrupt. Because they made a deal with Rome, the Roman emperor. Pretty much is like, I'll let y'all have your little temple. Y'all got to just pay tribute to the Caesar as well. And this is why the priesthood was so corrupt in Yahweh's time. Probably couldn't stand the leadership. They were corrupt. You pay tribute to the Most High, but then also to Caesar as well. Giving the sacrifice to him. Just want to add that. Come on,
You're speaking on the Sabbath, he was Pharisee.
And the priesthood too. Okay. They were corrupt. They were very corrupt. That's why Yahweh would always have to check them. Right. Because they were supposed to be teachers of the law, but then they were doing idolatry and they were hypocrites. That's why Yahweh called them hypocrites.
As our leaders today.
Come.
Don't call me.
All right. Let's go ahead. We're in Numbers chapter 28. We're in 11 through
17.
11 through 17, whatever you're ready.
Numbers chapter 28, verse 11. What? Aisha. Kadash Yakam.
Excellent.
The Quara Yabwa. Allah, Salakia. Ilah, Al, Salakia. How you pronounce it?
Ilah.
La Yahweh. Parayam. Banya. Bakwara. Bakwar.
Excellent.
Shanyam. What a yo. Akkad. Bashiam. Kabashiam. Banya. Shana. Shaba'ai. Damayamyam. Damayama. Damayamam. It's a lot. 12. Verse 12. Washalash. Washalasha. was Shalasha. Okay. Aishar Nayum. I mean Salakia. That's Runyum. Aisha Runyum. Salah. Manaka. Balawala. Bash Bashaman. Lapar. Akkad. Washanya. Aishara. I mean that's Yum. Runyum. Aisha Runyum. Salah. Manaka. Balawala. Bashaman. La'ayo. Ha'akad. Verse 13. Wa'asharian. I mean, Wa'ai Sharon. Aishar. Aisharawan. Salah. Manaka. Balawala. Bashaman. Lakabash. Khan, sir. Khan. Akkad. Allah. Rayak. Nayakak. Aisha. La Yahweh. Verse 14. Okay, hold up. When a sak yaham.
Excellent.
Katazaya. Kataza? I mean that's kata. Is that kata? Katazaya? Katazaya. Hahayan. Yahaya. Lapar. Wishala Yat. I mean Shaf. Yashaf. Wishala Yashaf. Wishal Yashaf. Is that it? Oh, what Shala Yashaf. Hahayan. La'ayo. Wara ba ya'ai. Ya'ai. Wara ba ya'ai. Hahayan. Lakabash. Yayayan. Za'af. Ailaf. Kadash. Bakadash wa. Lakadash ya. Hashana. Verse 15. Wisha ayar. As a yum. Akkad. Lakat. I mean look at ta'ath. La Yahweh. Al. Allah. Hatamyad. Ya'aisha. When a sak wa. Verse 16. Wabakadash. Haraish. Awan. Ashwan.
Pretty much the beginning of first.
Come. Ba'arabai. Ba'arabai. Aishar.
Aishara.
Aishar.
That's 10.
Come. Aishara. Yawam. Lakadash. Pasak, Lo Yahweh, verse 17. Waba Kamash, Aish,
Look at that one again.
oh, Waba Kamash, Waba Ka,
That's the number 5.
oh, I don't know.
Wubba Kamasha.
Waba Kama, oh, Kama,
Kamasha. Mm-hmm.
Kamasha,
Mm-hmm.
Kama, Waba Kamasha. Aishar,
Look at it again.
Aish,
That's the number 10.
oh, the number 10 is, we said,
Aishua.
Aishara,
Mm-hmm.
Yawam, Lakadash, Hazah, Kag,
Mm-hmm. Khan, feast.
Kag,
Mm-hmm.
Shabbat,
Mm-hmm.
Yum Yum, Matazawaf, Yaakov, and that's it.
Excellent. Great. Have you read? Oh, good.
Yeah. And in the English, the book of Numbers, chapter 28, verse 11. And in the beginnings of your months, ye shall offer a burnt offering unto the Lord, 2 young bullocks and 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without spot.
Okay, so not only day to day and on the Sabbath, also at the beginning of the month, Israel had to come forth and give their offerings and sacrifices. Okay, it's well, I don't want to say it's no different, but I always like to compare. Even the heathen kings anciently, people would go month to month to go pay tribute to them. Actually, I'm not even take it to a heathen king. If you look at the book of Kings, I think it's 2 Kings around chapter 4, Solomon would have tributaries come to him every month and pay tribute to them. That's when they would give him gold, silver. So when you were the top king, the other smaller kings or kingdoms will come and pay tribute to you. Okay? And this is what was going on. And this is what's going to happen again. The kings of the earth are going to come pay tribute to who? Somebody answer that question. In the future. Go ahead, officer.
The nation of Israel.
They're going to come to the nation of Israel, and especially in particular, Yahweh Shah. That's why he's the king of kings. Okay? So then, every month, he's going to have people to pay tribute. I always like to look at the parallel from looking at, if you get a chance to go and look at Solomon's reign, you'll kind of get an idea. Solomon had people paying tribute to him every month. Okay? Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Verse 12. And 3/10 deals of flour for a meat offering, mingled with oil for 1 bullock, and 2/10 deals of flour for a meat offering, mingled with oil for 1 ram. Verse 13. And a several 10th deal of flour mingled with oil for a meat offering unto 1 lamb, for a burnt offering of a sweet savor, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord. It's verse 14. And their drink offerings shall be half and hin, shall be half and hin of wine unto a bullock, and the 3rd part of an hin unto a ram, and a 4th part of a hin unto a lamb. This is the burnt offering of every month throughout the months of the year. Verse 15. Okay. Verse 15. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering unto the Lord shall be offered beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering. Verse 16. And in the 14th day of this first month is the Passover of the Lord. Verse 17. And in the 15th day of this month is the feast. 7 days shall unleavened bread be eaten.
Now, if you notice here, when we're going through the book of Numbers, shows is another book where it goes through all of the feast days. Okay, now I know everybody should know this. Everybody here. Where's another book where I can find all the feast days? Book and chapter. Everybody here should be up in this one. Somebody tell me. Go ahead, Officer Gannett. Okay, what chapter? Go ahead, y'all both answer. Y'all both in there. What chapter? 20 what?
21.
You're close. Add 2. Leviticus 23 in my head. And give the 6 in my head too. See that too. Okay, so Leviticus 23 goes through all the feast days. Numbers 28 and 29 go through all the feast days. But this was telling Israel what you shall bring to these feast days, your sacrifices. So think of Leviticus 23 just going over the outline of all the feast days. Numbers 28, 29 is the specific sacrifices that you were to bring. This is why the priesthood had to be so large. You got all these people coming in. All right? So let's rock and roll whenever you're ready, Officer Corral.
Come. We're going to be reading Numbers chapter 28, verse 18. Verse 18. Come on, 18 to 24. But Yawam, Haraish Wan,
Look at it again.
Ra'aish Wan, Ra'ashwan, Mukwa Ra'a, Quadash, Kol, Mala'akath, Abad,
You had it.
Abada,
It's
Abada,
like service, like doing a service.
Come. La'a, the Aishwa, verse, the Aishawa, verse 19. Wahakra, thumb,
Okay, breaking it.
rubber thumb, rubber thumb. Waha, Quarab, thumb,
Excellent. Go ahead.
Aisha, Allah, Al,
You had it.
Allah,
Hey, love.
Ayla, La Yahweh, Parayam, Banya. You said that was
You had it.
Bakwar. I mean, no,
You had
yeah,
it.
Bakwar.
Excellent.
Shanyam. What a yo, Akkad, what's a ba'ai, Iha, what's a ba'aiha, Yum, Bashium, Kabashium, Banya, Shana, Tama Yamam, Yahayawa, Lakam, verse 20. Woman knock them, or woman kafyum, kaf,
I think you had it right the first time.
woman
Knock.
knock them, salaf, balawala, bashaman, shalasha, yum, ranyam, aisha ranyam, the par, washanya, asharanyam, la'ayo, the aishwa, verse 21, 24, sure.
24, okay.
Aisharawan, the Aisha, the Kabash, Pa'akad, the Shaba'ite, um, Yum,
Mhm.
Bashium,
I like the word.
Hakabashium.
Like they break the words. Excellent.
Verse 22. Wisha Ayar, Kata'af, Akkad, Lakapar, Alayakam. Verse 21, 23. Malabad, Alaf, Habakwar, Aishar, La'ayah, La'aylaf, Hatamyad, the Aishwa,
Aisha was.
the Aishawa,
Mhm.
Aitha,
Ah.
Af, Salaki,
That's what.
Allah, Allah,
That's it.
verse 24. Ka'Allah, the Aishwa, La Yawam, Shaba'aith, Yum, Lakam, Aisha, Rayak, Nayakak, La Yahawa, Al, Awalaf, Hatamyad, Aisha, when a sakwa.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 28, verse 18. In the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no manner of servile work therein. Verse 19. But ye shall offer a sacrifice made by fire for a burnt offering unto the Lord. 2 young bullocks and 1 ram and 7 lambs of the first year. They shall be unto you without blemish. Verse 20. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil. 3/10 deals shall ye offer for a bullock, and 2/10 deals for a ram. Verse 21. A several tenth deal shalt thou offer for every lamb throughout the 7 lambs. Verse 22. And 1 goat for a sin offering to make an atonement for you. Verse 23. You shall offer these beside the burnt offering in the morning, which is for a continual burnt offering. Verse 24. After this manner, ye shall offer daily throughout the 7 days the meat of the sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord. It shall be offered beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering.
I wanted to also, I wanted to also point out too, if you notice these, now like I said, we're not making sacrifices off, but it's something just to keep in mind because, you know, some of us probably were doing this, we just can't remember. But if you notice, at the beginning of the months, they had a certain type of sacrifice they were doing. They were offering a certain type of 2 bullocks and 1 sin offering. That was at the beginning of every month they did that. And then for the high holy days, depending on the season, they would make that same offering. So it was kind of like something like you knew like the new season coming up based off also of the sacrifice you were making or the new month. So you would do the same type of sacrifice from the beginning of the month, or when the first day of unleavened bread came, you did the same type of sacrifice. First fruits, you did the same type of sacrifice the first day. And then when you get to the what's the trumpets. So it's kind of marked the different seasons that you were doing these. Okay, something just pointed out too. There's a lot going on. That's why that priesthood had to be so large. There's a lot going on with these sacrifices. And remember, don't think of it like in the movies where it was all dull. It's like a party. Okay, this was Israel looked forward to these times. Okay, because this is the time when they got to gather together. They got to come together. Okay, remember when they were making sacrifice, what else they do? They would eat together. Because they would share the sacrifice with the priests. Okay, so listen, you got to think of this. When you read it, some people are like, oh, that might have been boring. No, this was exciting. Because you got to come share with the priest that was vouching y'all broke bread. You're sharing with the poor, the widow. Y'all are coming together. Y'all are eating together. So think about modern day best way is like a cookout. You get it every month. Then you get it into the feast time where we're coming together. Never you're ready.
Come.
How many more do we have?
25, 31.
Okay.
We got one more after this.
Come. Numbers chapter 28, verse 25. Waba Yawam. Hushaba Yaaya. Shabaaya.
Yeah.
Come. Makwara'a. Quadash. Yahaya. Salaki. Yahaya. Lakam. Kol. Mala'akath. Abad. Al. The Aishwa. Verse 26. Wabawam. Bakawarium. Baha Quara Bakam.
You almost said just put that.
Yabakam. Yab Yakam. Yabkam. Manaka. Kadash. La Yahweh. Okay, that was the same one. No, that's a different one. Busha Ba'ai. Busha Salati. Busha Ba'ai the Yakam. So I Yakam. Alright. Busha Ba'ai Yakam. Kamakan. Makwara'a. Quadash. Yahaya. Lakam. Kol. Mala'akath. Abad. I. Slaggy. Oh yeah, it's an H at the and you said so it's die Abada Slaggy. The Aishwa, verse 20, the Aishwa, verse 27. Wahakra. Oh, that was the same thing. You know, the thumb, rubber thumb, rubber thumb, Wahakwa, rubber thumb, rob thumb.
There you go. Put it together.
Wahakwa rubber thumb, Wahakwa rabad. I mean the thumb. Wahakwa rob thumb. Right.
I like you breaking the words there.
Awala, Labayak, Nayakak, Lahawa, Parium, Salaki, Bunya, you said this, Bakwar, yeah, Shanyam, Ayol, Akkad, Shabbai, Kabashium, Bunya, Shana, verse 28, 31. Womanak, Womanak, Thumb, Salath, Balawala, Mashaman, Shalasha,
Yeah, Shalasha.
Shalasha.
3.
Asher, Yum, Runyum, Aisha Runyum,
Mhm.
Lapar, Ha'akad, Shunya, Aisha Runyum, La'ayal, Ha'akad, verse 29, Aisha, 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 Aisha Rawan, Aisha Rawan, Lakabash, Ha'akad, the Shabbat,
Mhm.
Laka, Yum, Bashium, Hakabashium, verse 30, Wa'ayar,
Shalasha.
I mean Sha'ayar,
Mhm.
Shalakia,
It's what?
Yum, as a Yum, Akkad, a Kapar, Alayakam, verse 31, Malabad, Alaf, um, Hamayad, Womana, Kakwa,
Mhm.
the Aishwa, Damayamam, Yahayawa, Lakam, Wanasak, Yaham, and that's it.
And in the English, the book of Numbers, chapter 28, verse 25. And on the seventh day,
Yeah, it's what?
and on the seventh day, ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. Verse 26. Also in the day of the first fruits, when ye bring a new meat offering unto the Lord after your weeks be out, ye shall have a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. Verse 27. But ye shall offer a burnt offering for a sweet savor unto the Lord. 2 young bullocks, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year.
Stop it there for a second. All right, I always got to give a pop quiz real quick. All right, so this is talking. Actually, we're in the counting of the feast of first fruits, and then we get to 50. Okay, now this is talking about the sacrifices. But what harvest would let us know that we're in the feast of weeks? When we had to do it, what harvest was that? Anybody remember? You always got to give a quiz. What harvest was the feast of weeks? Okay, because remember, when we go back into our land, our descendants, we're gonna have to know these harvests. What harvest? Anybody remember? No, Officer Ganaz all the way in the hallway. Anybody remember the harvest? Anybody can't remember?
Was it not wheat?
There you go. That's correct. It's the wheat harvest. Okay, you had the barley during the days of unleavened bread. Okay, that was the barley harvest. And then when you get to the feast of first fruits, okay, or the feast of weeks, it was the wheat harvest. Excellent, Officer correct. Go ahead, sir. Okay, so when you think about the feast days, and we're not in the land, but you got to think when we're in the land, the feast days, they were connected to the harvest. So during the Passover time, the days of unleavened bread, the crop that we were growing was called barley. That was the barley. And we would bring our first fruits at that time, the barley harvest. Okay. And then, during the days of unleavened bread, remember we have to count 50 to get to the Feast of Weeks, which we're in that system now. When the Feast of Weeks are, when the ending of the Feast of Weeks, that's when we will bring our next first fruit of our next harvest, which is the wheat harvest. Okay, so you have the barley harvest, and then you have the wheat harvest. Okay, these are just the crops that we grow that we will bring the first fruits and the Most High to bless us with. Officer, can I go ahead? But I don't know the answer to that. I know that was the harvest that was the harvest connected to it. I don't think we were only doing that because a lot of us were farmers, so you got to think of the stuff we were growing. But I think that was the main thing because if you look in the book of Ruth, and you look in the book of Exodus, they always talk about the barley harvest and the wheat harvest. Now, I'm not a farmer, so I don't know too much about it, but these were the first fruits that we were bringing in. Okay, that especially when you were bringing into the feast, or you were bringing to the Most High, you would bring the first fruits of your barley harvest, and then you would bring the first fruits of your wheat harvest. The other stuff, I'm not sure about. I have to ask General Muhammad, or I can pack this apart.
It's a lot, yeah. Harvest means when you just gather all the stuff up.
You're bringing in your crops that you were growing. Right.
So when I was just thinking, when he asked, like, do we only grow it? It was the time where we gathered all of our wheat.
I'm not a farmer, so I wouldn't be the best.
No, I'm saying that. I mean, that's what harvest means when you gathering it all up. It's a lot, yeah. Like when you going out to gather it all up, taking it out.
And you would, well, I know you take your first fruits in. You had to bring the first fruits to the priest. Okay, and then Most High would bless you, and then you would share the things of your crops, your harvest with, the poor, the widow, the Levite. You would share that, okay, because the Most High didn't want us to be greedy. Right?
Come.
Yes, slightly if I could.
Go ahead.
Like I know, certain crops we had to leave some of, like you just said, for the poor man.
Come.
We grew it in a manner that it was just for them. We took some of it and then they got the rest. Just like restaurants today, they'll make meals and then still have hot meals, but when it's time to close and nobody buying it, they just throw it out.
Throw it all away.
We didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? We looked at that.
Excellent point, Zero.
No sweat.
And that takes out the spirit of greediness.
Come. This is verse 28, book of Numbers, chapter 28, verse 28. And their meat offering of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals unto one bullock, 2/10 deals unto one ram. Verse 29, a several tenth deal unto one lamb throughout the 7 lambs. Verse 30, and 1 kid of the goats to make an atonement for you. Verse 31, ye shall offer them beside the continual burnt offering and his meat offering. They shall be unto you without blemish, and their drink offerings.
May I read the next one?
Okay.
Which one? 29, 1 through 7?
Okay.
All right. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 20. All right, this is the last scripture reading. This is the book of Numbers 29, verses 1 through 7 in the Hebrew. Chadash, Hashabayaya, Nakash, Makora'ah, Chadash, Haya, Lakam, Paul, Mala'atah, Ibadah, Aishawa, Yawam, Bara'aiha, Yahaya, Lakam, verse 2. Wa Aisha Yatham, Allah, La Yak, La Yakak, La Yahawa, Par, Yak, Par, Bun, Bakwar, Akkad, Ayal, Akkad, Tabachium, Bunya, Shana, Tabaiha, Yamam, verse 3. Nakam, Salah, Balawala, Bashaman, Lasha, Asharanyam, Lapar, Shunya, Asharanyam, La Ayal, verse 4. Ashar 1, Aha, Habach, Aha, Labashabait, Habashiam, verse 5. Washa Ayar, as a young, Aha, Kata'at, Lakapar, Aliyakam, verse 6. Malabad, Ayla, what's like it? Hadash, Manakatha, wa Ayla, Tamaya, Tamya, Wanakatha, Wanasak Yaham, Wama Kama Sha Patam, La Rayak, La Yakak, Shah, La Yahawa, verse 7. Waba ba Aishar war, La Khadash, Hashabayaya, Hazah, Makora'ah, Kodash, Yahaya, Lakam, I Yanya I Wa'anya comes like the pa shot yakam call la aka la Aisha wa. Is that it?
Come on.
Okay.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 29, verse 1. And in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, you shall have an holy convocation. You shall do no servile work. It is a day of blowing the trumpets unto you. Verse 2.
Let me say something real quick. Now, this time during the Feast of Tabernacles, Officer Gana and Officer Para, this was a lot of times they were bringing like the other like the fall harvest. You had your grapes. You had your. I know there's more than one harvest this time. You brought in your grapes, your olives. A lot of stuff was coming in at this time during the Feast of Tabernacles. This is like the crops they were growing at this time of the year. You had the ones that you were growing like the spring, and these are like the ones that you were growing in the fall. Also, since we wanted to add that, these are the crops this time. Go ahead.
Got it. Verse 2. And ye shall offer a burnt offering for a sweet savor unto the Lord. 1 young bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the first year without blemish. Verse 3. And their meat offering shall be a flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals for a bullock, and 2/10 deals for a ram. Verse 4. And 1/10 deal for 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs. Verse 5. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, to make an atonement for you.
Yes, sir.
Verse 6.
Okay.
2 more. Verse 6. Beside the burnt offering of the month, and his meat offering, and the daily burnt offering, and his meat offering, and their drink offerings, according unto their manner, for a sweet savor, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord. Final verse. Verse 7. And ye shall have on the 10th day of the 7th month an holy convocation, and ye shall afflict your souls. Ye shall not do any work therein.
Quick question, real quick. Somebody give me a quick answer. What is the feast day that we have to afflict our souls? What is that called? Go ahead, Officer Gana. Oh, Day of Atonement. Excellent. Go. Excellent. All right. Just the people up here. I mind you. Officer Gana, I mean, Officer Ferrari.
La Yasha.
Men of Israel. Imani. This is the men of Israel. Men of Israel. Gird up thy loins to prepare to salute the Torah. And remember, we want it done militant. You have to be militant when you do this. Yahweh Shem Yashabrak.
Yahweh Shem Yashabrak. Yeah. Yahweh Shem Yashabrak. Yeah. Yahweh Shem Yashabrak. Yeah.
You can take them out.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat, yeah.
So you also cool. It's on you to call.
Wapinya Hakwadam, which means rise and face the east. It's like it. Amadium, that goes for everybody, which means to stand. It's like Wapinya Hakwadam, which means face the east. The east is that behind us. This is the Lord's Prayer. First in the Hebrew. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Ayah. Ayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Wakah. Ba'ah. Tazayah. Ayah. Aisha. Salaki. Barakazah. Wa. Ayah. Shemayim. Latan Lanaw. Come. Call. Wam. Salak now. Kabawak now. Salak now. Kabawak now. Wala Ba'aya now. Wala Sai Wam. Ball. Kawashaya now. Ayan. Ride. Ya. Kub. Malakwa. Waha'ala. Wahakapa'ara. La Awalamim. Aman.
English. Our Father. John heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debts. Lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Saw, which means return. This concludes the service.
Sisters Shabiam, men of Israel, we're going to give the teacher one courtesy salute. Saw, which means turn. Men of Israel, Amadium Shabbat, Amadium Barak, Yahweh
Shem Yahweh Shabbat.
Yayamatah. Saw, which means turns. Sisters, Amadium, men of Israel, we're going to give the sisters one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amadium Shabbat, Amadium Barak, Yayamatah. Dismiss.
Come.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isubk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West.